Hello, Sunflower Squad. I am here today to do a short training on Facebook parties. I'm really excited. Excuse the outside mess, chalk on the door and everything. My son's outside swimming in the pool with the neighbors. So I'm out here keeping my eye on him and trying to get this training done for you guys. So just to kick things off, the number one thing that I did, so I never had a party before, and then all of a sudden, I did some sit and sniffs, but then all of a sudden we were in quarantine and I had to do Facebook parties. Um, and I didn't love the idea of leaving it open for 2 weeks or anything like that. It wasn't really my thing. I didn't want to have to go back to 3 different parties every day and check. I just felt like it was a lot to upkeep, and my time is very precious, and I know yours is too. So I take care of my mom and my son during the day. So I know that you guys, some of you have kids, some of you have other jobs. We don't need to constantly be sitting in front of our computer, right? That's not why we signed up with Sensi. So I figured out that there had to be some other kind of thing to do. So the first thing I always do is I take to YouTube or my team page and I look stuff up. I search whatever. And I think in this instance I wound up searching Facebook Live parties. There's one that I found by Blue Cottage Mommy. Look her up. She's great. As of right now, what are we in 2020? June. She doesn't have a ton of videos up, but her, I think it's a 30-minute Facebook Live party. It's awesome. She really covers everything, and you can take a lot of tips from her and kind of copy what she did. So, I always watch trainings. I have my list in front of me because guess what? During my parties, I have a list too to make sure that I cover everything that I need to cover, especially if it's your first time. Now I start to kind of know. Now I can do them a little bit more unscripted, but I always like to have bullet points at least to make sure that I know what I'm doing. So then, I always do my parties and events. So I set up the event. I make sure to schedule it, I make sure to add an end date as well so that it can continue being seen. People will continue to get notifications a couple days after the party actually takes place. So I'll schedule it for 8 o'clock on a weeknight when kids are in bed, everybody's has some free time, and we'll go ahead and I'll have my host just invite people. I like the events because they do give a couple of notification reminders so that they don't have to be super on top of things, and then I also make sure to have my host reach out to them the day of the party and let everybody know. Just another quick reminder, personally coming from her. So I scheduled a live. You can do that right in the parties now. I don't know if Facebook will make any changes from the time that I made this to the time that you watch it, but you can just schedule right on there an online event and a Facebook Live. So I do that, and then, sorry, my notes are all over the place. And then I also offer an incentive. So we're not allowed to say exactly what prize people are going to get, but I will let them know that if they stay, they will be entered in a drawing if they show up on time and stay for the duration of the live. Mine usually tend to go 45 minutes instead of 30 because I just try to engage a little bit more, make it a little bit more personal. I always let them know it'll be within the hour that it's over. So, just like Blue Cottage Mommy did in her video, I set up a little display, and I have out a regular size warmer, a mini warmer. She also had an element warmer, which I didn't have yet, but I'm getting that letterboard warmer, so I will have one soon. That's amazing. Have you guys seen that? The July warmer of the month? Yeah, so otherwise, after that, oh, and sorry, I didn't have any diffusers the very first time I did this, so I printed a picture of them right from the workstation. You don't have to have everything. You can show off pictures, you can do all kinds of things, get creative. And now I do have a premium diffuser that I got through a party, so you make sure you're really utilizing your host rewards and stuff like that. You don't have to pay $150. I had a party, I got my base for $9, and then I grabbed a warmer for $25 off clearance. $35 for our $150 premium diffusers. And so after that, I winded up going to, our neighbors are really great. They're just getting home. If you heard them, I don't know. But yeah, so then use pictures if you have to. And I also winded up having just one thing from each group each of the lines that we offer, like one body product, one laundry product, one unplugged product, and then we also had the pod diffuser. I knew I was missing one. So the 3 scent system, sorry. The warmers and wax, the oils and diffusers, and the fan diffusers and pods. So I always have all 3 of those little pod diffusers set up because I have them all and I like them all. And our pods are back in stock. If you did not know that yet, a lot of them were sold out and now they're back. We're just waiting on those room sprays finally. So what else? Sorry, I have to keep looking down because I am trying to keep my eye on my son who's in the pool. That's what I love so much about Scentsy though, guys, is that we can do all this kind of stuff and still be a parent and still be, look, my kid's doesn't have to sit in the house because I can be out here with him while I'm working. I'm not like at the office, he can be in the pool, you know. Okay, but just a quick sidetrack. You guys are already on my team, so you know why, what the benefits are of joining. But, I try to talk quickly and stay on track because that's why another thing that the list helps see, because I just went on that tangent, well, that can really drag out over the course of a party. So try to always be reeling it back in, answer people's questions, say hello, but kind of keep yourself on track. And yeah, so like I said, engage your audience. Make sure that you're asking questions, you're responding to their comments, and let everyone know. This is really important. To let everybody know to run their order by you before they place it, whether they're placing it to the party order or not, even if they're just planning on ordering it straight home, because you can always use that to your advantage and to their advantage, because you want to either A, upsell, or B, help them to bundle and save. So if somebody is getting 4 bars, you might want to say, hey, do you want to do the buy 5 get 1 free, $6 more for 2 more bars? That's usually an easy yes. And what the worst they can say is no. If they already have 6 bars separately, you can bundle that and save them $6, and then they will keep coming back because you're a great consultant with great customer service. You see where I'm going with this? Always make sure to do that. Make sure that your VIP group knows it. Make sure everybody knows. Run their orders by you first. You can help them, you can save, and of course it will help you build that customer relationship back and forth every time they order. And it will be easier to reach out to them, create conversations with them, and have things to say when it's time to follow up with them again. And I always use Amy and take notes about people if there's something I want to remember, like if they just got a dog or they, whatever it is that they're going through, if they're going to be moving soon, if they got married, if their best friend is whatever, sells Scentsy, or not sells Scentsy, loves Scentsy. So maybe their best friend isn't my customer yet. Maybe she really likes it and she buys it from someone else, but then she sees the way that I'm spoiling my customer and she switches to me. You know what I mean? Something like that. Or her consultant goes inactive. Something like that. I never want to steal customers from anybody. So I do always encourage my customers to buy from their consultant if they have one, if they're in good standing, not just to switch to me for no reason, because that's really what, especially with the Sunflower Squad, being a servant leader, right? We want to serve our customers. We don't want to step on any toes. We don't want to hurt anybody else's business. We want to build each other up. So, what was I going to say next? Oh, coach your hosts. Like I said, so my hosts, they have to personally reach out to invite people. The day of the party, they personally reach out to remind everybody. And then I just let them know that during the party, be engaged, be excited. Like, their friends, their guests are going to be excited because they're excited. That enthusiasm is going to catch on fire and it's going to spread. And even maybe if they don't buy right now, maybe they'll buy in the future. You just want them to be active and engaged. It will also help with the algorithm so that your things are getting seen. And maybe the people who didn't hop on right away will get that notification again about the party or whatever. So, and then also with like suggestions, they know their friends better than you do. And if they know Scentsy, then they can make better recommendations to scents they might like, or warmers they might fall in love with, or something that might match their house. So make sure that they're just aware of that kind of stuff. You also want to let them know that if somebody books a party from their party, they will get the perpetual host reward at the next party. And that follow-up is crucial to getting sales, and not to freak out if they don't have any sales, or if they only have a few sales by the end the end of the party, because more of those sales are going to come flowing in with the follow-up. And I'll get to that in a little bit. Add every guest at the party as your personal friend on Facebook. If you don't want to do that, there's a way that you can add them to a list. It's called restricted. After you add them as a friend, you click the same button and it'll say edit friends list, and you can add them to restricted. It means they will only see your public posts. Anything that somebody who would see if they were coming to your Facebook as a stranger. Add them, follow them, engage with them, talk to them, build those relationships. And when you do add them as a friend, they will see your messages. So when you go to follow up, they'll see it. And it won't just sit like not even read in their box that they don't even see. You know what I mean? So there are benefits to all this stuff. I'm not just saying like, oh, do all this. It's very targeted information that I'm going with here. Things that I learned just over the course of time and from my own reading and research. So here we go with the follow-up. The follow-up is the most important thing in my personal opinion. So you do reminders that the party is closing after the party. What candy? Sorry. One second.
Some kind of.
Just a little bit, okay? Not too much. He wants to have some candy at the neighbor's house. He just ate lunch and he's gonna have some something else. But yeah, back to staying on track. See how we reel it back in, which is funny. That's like what we say at my Bible study. We reel it in. So follow up, yes. Right after the party, when the party's about to officially close, I usually say it'll be open till midnight the next night to place orders. Or maybe like 10 p.m. or whatever. That way I can get with my host and close it out then instead of making her wait another day. It all depends on what we talk about. But so I will, the next day I'll announce the winner while the party's still kind of going. It's still open to place orders, and then in maybe the afternoon I'll reach out to every single guest, every single person who said they were attending, and say, hey, thanks so much for your order, blah blah blah, or hey, I noticed that you haven't ordered yet. I was wondering if you have any questions. Thanks so much for coming and checking out Katie's party. I hope you really learned a lot about Scentsy, and I'm happy to help if you need any suggestions or anything like that. And most of the time, almost every time, they'll be like, yeah, I meant to order, or hey, what can I do with this, or what if I get one of these, what can I bundle that with, or they always have. That's always when my orders come in, is when I make that personal connection and reach out. And then you can always follow up as well and talk about, hey, I know you really love this. What do you think about hosting a party of your own? Or hey, now that you saw how much fun we had doing this, would you like to do the same kind of party, or maybe this instead, or whatever. You always upsell that party. You always want them to book a party, because booked parties means new customers, more PRV, and more commission, of course. So, and then again, don't forget about the perpetual host reward. So, as everybody's orders come in, I post a thank you to the event page, and it'll usually, I try and go to the website or with what I already have, just from the groups that I'm in, just saving them to my computer, and find like a real life picture. So if it's like a warmer that they bought maybe, or a before and after of Counter Clean being used, and I'll post that and I'll say, thank you so much for your order, look at this amazing Counter Clean, look at the difference that it made. Or a fragrance flower, I'll post a picture of one that's colored, and I'll say, hey, so happy that you ordered this stuff, I hope you love it. Did you know that you can color your fragrance flower? It will avoid a warranty, but look how pretty it is. And I always just add in like something else, and then more people will see those things and be like, wow, I didn't know that, or hey, I'm gonna get that next time, and be in touch with me, so that, and then when I go, I can keep track of that and aim me, so that when I do go to follow up with them, I'm like, hey, I remember you said you really wanted a fragrance flower, how about we get a party booked for you and try to earn it for free? You know what I mean? So, or if I like really need hosts, I can even say, hey, I will let you, I will gift you a fragrance flower if you have a party, and then use my free or half off, or whatever if they do book later on. So that's another easy thing. So like I said, you want to ask everybody to host. it doesn't have to be the same kind of party. You can say, hey, do you want to have an in-person party, or would you like to host a bingo night, or maybe you want to take a bag to work. Just look out for what people say. Kind of pay attention to who they are and what they do. You might not want to offer a bag party to somebody who never leaves the house, but you might want to offer a bigger bag party to somebody who works in a huge shared office. You know what I mean? So just kind of try and get a feel for people, get to know them a little bit. And last but not least, and this is something that I need to get better at because I don't always remember to do this, offer that host exclusive kit to everyone. So you of course offer it to your host first and foremost. You let them know you would get all the commission from this party. All these people would start off being your customers. This is how much money you would make from this party. What do you think? You want to join my team? And depending how much their party hit, you could say if you use your host rewards, you can get your kit for just this much. And if they say no, whatever, not right now, maybe they're not ready, maybe they just don't have any interest in it, that's fine. You can move on and ask somebody else. You can post about it. It doesn't even have to be somebody from the party, because that kit will ship directly to whoever signs up for the kit. You just change their name as the host, and you still just have everything shipped from the party to that other person who actually hosted the party. You know what I'm saying? So always be offering that kit. We always have a special to join. Always. It's always that $59 host exclusive kit, and that they can get cheaper and cheaper. Or you can say, hey, I can get you this kit for $59, but if you host a party, we can earn that kit for you for free. What do you think? Like, you know what I mean? So just always be thinking about that. Be reaching out to everybody. And go for that no. Don't walk away saying, oh, hey, they didn't want to do it, or they don't want to join my team, so they definitely wouldn't want to host a party. You have to let people decide for themselves. Some people maybe don't want to be a Scentsy consultant, but they love Scentsy and want to host a party. Some people might not want to host a party, but they want to share it with a few of their friends. You can offer them just like a link. And it's still a party on your workstation, but to them, they're texting a couple friends to see if they want anything, because they're going to be talking about it to them anyway. You know what I'm saying? So get creative. Let people make their own decisions. Don't decide for anyone. Always ask. The worst that they could say is no. So I hope that this helped. I hope that you guys are going to rock your Facebook parties, and I'm here to help with any questions that you have. Thanks for watching, and if you are not on the Sunflower Squad, and you found this just on my YouTube channel, I appreciate you being here, and I love all you guys. Have an awesome day.